Sorry I'm late. Play practice ran extra long today.
Oh, no worries. I've just been working on some other stuff anyway. I didn't know you were in a play. Which one is it?
It's a musical rendition of A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, I've never heard of that work before.
Yeah, probably because you slept through college English. Do you even know who William Shakespeare is?
I do know quite a bit about William Shakespeare. He is a fascinating guy, let me tell you.
Yeah, why don't you tell me?
William Shakespeare was born in 1564 to John Shakespeare and Mary Arden. His baptism took place on April 26th of that year, which has been estimated to be approximately 3 days after he was born. However, the specific date of his birth is unknown. Shakespeare was the oldest surviving child in the Shakespeare family, and an older brother to 3 brothers and 2 sisters, one of whom died at age 7. Since William Shakespeare's parents were prominent citizens of Stratford, he most likely attended grammar school until the age of about 15, a theory that is supported by his knowledge of Latin and Greek. Shakespeare did not continue his education to university schooling. At 18 years old, William Shakespeare married 26-year-old Anne Hathaway in the year 1582. At the time, she was pregnant with the couple's first child, Susanna. The pair also had 2 more children, a set of twins named Judith and Hamnet in 1584. Hamnet died at age 11. Susanna went on to marry John Hall, a doctor from Stratford, and his other daughter Judith went on to marry Thomas Quinney, a vintner from Stratford. The details of Shakespeare's life that spanned from 1585 to 1592 are unknown, as there is a gap in the records of his life. This portion of William Shakespeare's life is sometimes referred to as the lost years. A London actor and playwright mentioned Shakespeare in 1592, and this is the first mention of him following the lost years. Shakespeare then published a poem, Venus and Adonis, in 1593. 1 year later, the first editions of some of his plays appeared. Shakespeare worked as an actor, playwright, and business partner. During this time, William Shakespeare gained popularity in the theater world and became well known as he is today. William Shakespeare died on April 23, 1616, which is the same date in which he was believed to have been born. The specificities of his death remain a mystery to this day and continue to be a hot topic of debate.
Before we get into the play, you probably want to know some key characters. Lysander is a young Athenian nobleman who will be the target of magic gone wrong. Helena is a young Athenian woman who lost her BF to her BFF. Demetrius is a resident Athenian player. Hint, he was the BF. Hermia is a young Athenian noblewoman. Hint, she was the BFF. Oberon and Titania are the king and queen of the fairies, and Robin Puck Goodfellow is Oberon's jester. So here's the deal. Lysander loves Hermia, and Hermia loves Lysander. Helena loves Demetrius, but Demetrius does not love Helena. Demetrius loves Hermia. Unfortunately, Hermia's father would prefer for her to be with Demetrius, so he asks the Duke of Athens to force Hermia to be with Demetrius. According to Athenian law, Hermia is given 4 days to choose between Demetrius, life in a nunnery, or a death sentence. To avoid these consequences, Hermia escapes with Lysander into the forest surrounding Athens. Complications arrive once the characters enter the forest. Oberon and Titania, king and queen of the fairies, are arguing over a boy whom Titania has adopted. Oberon instructs his servant Puck, or Robin, to bring him magic love drops, which Oberon will sprinkle on the queen's eyelids as she sleeps, so Titania will fall in love with the first creature she sees upon awakening. In the following selection from Act 2, Scene 2, you will see the love potion squeezed from a flower into the eyes of both Titania and Lysander. What thou seest when thou awake, do it for thou true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, bard or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest is thy dear. Wake when something vile is near. Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgotten our way. We'll rest us here, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, find you out a bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, one heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense sweet of my innocence, for love takes meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so here, Hermia, I cannot lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much be shrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be gone, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love never alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here's my bed, sleep, give thee all his rest.
And with half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed. Through this forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised thee, Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound, on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon thy eyes I throw, all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid, sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon. The performance you just saw featured a section of Act 2, Scene 2 of A Midsummer Night's Dream. In the short selection, Shakespeare is reflecting on the dramatic confusion induced by love. The mocking tone of this scene portrays the love story as a jumble of misunderstanding. It also comments on the role of fate when it comes to love. The tension in A Midsummer Night's Dream is humorous. To the audience, the obvious solution to this mess is for Demetrius to love Hermia, but nothing is ever so simple when it comes to a work of William Shakespeare. The magic antidote that is the love potion mimics the fast-acting feelings that occur when falling in love, and how sometimes one can fall in love without warning. The entire scene is really just a case of mistaken identity, or rather, identities.
After chaos ensues in the forest, the fairies eventually solve the broken love triangles by smearing the love potion on Lysander's eyes before seeing Hermia. All is well by morning. The four lovers are all brought back to the city by the Duke of Athens, where they have a group wedding. Demetrius now loves Helena, and Helena Demetrius, and Lysander now loves Hermia, and Hermia Lysander. The lovers enjoy watching a play within the play and then go to sleep, this time in Athens and not in a forest. They all live happily ever after, and the play closes with Robin Puck Goodfellow urging the audience to remember the play as though it had all been a dream. A Midsummer Night's Dream is a well-renowned play, loved by casual playgoers and experts alike for its vibrant plot and flawless writing. G.K. Chesterton, an English writer, dramatist, and theologian, said of A Midsummer Night's Dream, "The greatest of Shakespeare's comedies is also, from a certain point of view, the greatest of his plays." Not to mention that Alfred Bates, author of the drama, its history, literature, and influence on civilization, said that in A Midsummer Night's Dream there flows a luxuriant vein of the noblest and most fantastical invention. In my personal opinion, I believe that A Midsummer Night's Dream was the original and classic rom-com. It had dramatic and romantic love triangles, not to mention the comedic twists and turns that everyone loves. It's much better than some of his other works because it has all the exciting young love of the famous Romeo and Juliet without the gloomy tragedy. It has all the drama and suspense of plays like Macbeth and King Lear without the doom and gloom of imminent death. Personally, it's my favorite work of Shakespeare's that I've read so far, and I think it will be yours too.